You've probably taken the test, and when the result came up, you read that description and felt something land. Yes, that's me. This is so accurate. You memorized the 4 letters, brought them up in conversations, maybe felt for a moment that you finally understood yourself a little better. Same here. But something started to feel off later. Not that the result was wrong, it was that I noticed once I had those 4 letters, I'd started using them to explain my own behavior, to pre-decide my own limits. I'm this type, so I'm not good at this. I'm this type, so I'll be uncomfortable in situations like that. The label had started making decisions for me, what I hadn't noticed. While I thought I was getting to know myself better, I was quietly fitting myself into a smaller box. MBTI has one very clever feature. The answer it gives you lands in exactly the right place to keep the conversation going indefinitely. You say you're an INTJ, someone says, yes, exactly. Someone else says, you seem more like an INFJ. You retake it 6 months later and get a different result. The discussion can run forever. There's no end point that truly settles it. But that's not a flaw in the design. That is the design. A question that can actually be answered ends once it's answered. But a system that gives you identity needs you to keep coming back, to compare, verify, update. What it fills isn't the question, who am I? It fills the suspended, unresolved feeling that question produces. Those are not the same thing. There's a word I keep coming back to, resolution. We usually use it for images. The higher the pixels, the clearer the detail. But applied to people, a person is one of the highest resolution things in the world. Decades of growth, countless specific choices, contradictions that resist explanation, moments you can't account for even to yourself. All of that together forms something far more complex than any classification system can hold. There are billions of people on this planet. Forget 16 types. Even 1600 couldn't meaningfully sort creatures this complicated. But the problem isn't just that the numbers aren't big enough. The deeper problem is this. Any self-definition you truly commit to will start lowering your own resolution, not just MBTI. I'm a very emotional person. I'm naturally bad at math. I get anxious around strangers. The moment you nail it down, it starts drawing borders for you, preempting your reactions, deciding what isn't for you. You think you're describing yourself. You're actually shaping yourself. MBTI just makes this unusually visible because it hands you a 4-letter label you can carry around. Pull it out when you meet someone new. Use it to explain your behavior, ready to deploy at any moment, convenient. But convenience has a cost. The cost is that you've started substituting a low-resolution version of yourself for the real thing. I'm not saying don't take it. Taking it for fun is fine. It genuinely offers an interesting angle on certain things. What I'm pointing to is a different question. Has there been a moment when you used those 4 letters to sidestep something you actually needed to face yourself? People who truly know themselves probably don't need an answer they can hand over, because they know that answer might be different tomorrow, and that difference isn't because they haven't figured it out yet, it's because they're still changing.